Tell them to bring me my money.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Wichita State football in the brand new EA College Football 25 game. Wichita State football is back. Welcome everyone to the beginning of the revival. Of course, Wichita State is not in the game, so we have to add our team builder into the pre-existing file. Now, I have gone ahead and created a Wichita State profile. You can search up my username on this game and find the Wichita State profile if you want to play for yourself. And we're going to go ahead and take over one of the smaller, lower overall teams that I don't know if a lot of people are going to miss. I'm going to probably eat those words.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
But we're going to take over the Ball State Cardinals and replace them with the Wichita State Shockers. Then, of course, we're going to have to make the appropriate move and move the Shockers back into the American Conference where they belong. Now, we're going to jump straight into the fun, and we are now the brand new head coach of the Wichita State Shockers. Give a good sign of the contract and get straight into the fun.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
All right, and welcome to the home menu. Of course, probably the most important thing is we're going to go ahead and start recruiting a lot of people to this team. And of course, to me, one of the most important things that we're going to want to hit first is the quarterbacks. We are going to need good quarterback recruits and prospects. Almost everyone on this team is a 70 overall. I mean, this entire team is a 70 overall. I think we have a slightly better defense, but I made sure I tried to nerf everyone in this profile so we could have as low of an overall team as possible so we could have a little bit more realism when we're starting from Joe Schmoes on the ground all the way up to potentially fighting with Georgia in the future, maybe even in a new conference. Of course, I'm going to go across the board and just see who's interested to join this team first of all, start everyone offense, and we're going to just basically start adding people to our roster, researching them and seeing, what makes them tick, what's their rarity, what is their skills, everything like that. We want to bring recruits to this team. I think a good amount of our players are seniors, so of course we're going to need recruits if we don't want to have any gaps on the roster when it comes time for the next season. Now, this is a very interesting thing I noticed. Monte Bigums, a quarterback prospect who had us at the top of his roster, did not want to join us due to playing time requirements. He wanted to come to us more than anyone else, but playing time would have been an issue, even though I feel like I could almost guarantee he would have got a starting spot. But, I guess I don't know fully how the game metrics work yet, so we'll just have to find out in due time. Now, I have two recruits that I am really looking at here. Mr. David Lord, a quarterback, 3 stars, and then also the tight end, Mr. Juan Lashley. He is going to be a pretty good prospect, and I seem to have a pretty good hold on them so far. Now, as we're looking here, this is kind of the roster that we're having a look at in this instance. So just a nice little rundown to see what I've put on for this first little bit before I go ahead and try and use as many hours as I can to scout these players and see what makes them good. Now, I'm going to push my absolute hardest to ensure I can bring those amazing players to our organization to make the Shockers great again. Now, it is the moment we have all been waiting for. It is time for Shocker football. Let's go ahead and jump straight into Game 1 against Navy at home. Everyone, welcome to the brand new Shocker Stadium. They will receive first, and that means we will receive in the beginning of the second half. They're going to take a knee to start. Let's go ahead and get right into these drives. The very first play of the season for the Navy is going to be a play action, and our outside linebackers going to get to him. Antoine Keys with the sack. First play, first sack for the Shockers. Second and 16, they're going to hand off to the running back right up the middle. Are we going to have the read to get him? A little bit of a skill issue on my part, but we're going to get him down regardless. Third and 3. They're going to hand off to the fullback, and he is going to bounce around a little bit just before getting down to 4th and 1, and they will punt the ball. Now, this will give us a chance to see what we can do on offense. And do I try to field the kick? Yes, I do, and I'm immediately taken to Narnia right after. All right, it is time for your Shocker offense, featuring the incredible Jet Moore at wide receiver. He's going to be the star of our team. First offensive drive for the Shockers. We're going to send it right up the middle and get a nice gain of 6 to make it 2nd and 4. Second play on the drive, we're going to go into a little bit of a play action and then immediately audible out back into a halfback dive. And with that, we're not going to gain much as we're going to get caught right at the line, but we're going to have just enough to get a first down. That is the first down for the Shockers in this career mode. 1st and 10 for the Shockers. He takes a snap, backs up in the field, has a lot of pressure looming, and I can only get the ball into the dirt. 2nd and 10, he takes a snap, play action, looks downfield, pressure is coming.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And a crossbody throw just ends up in the dirt. 3rd and 10, takes a snap, backs up a little bit, sees an open Texas route for the running back, and that is going to be a first down for the Shockers. We are starting to drive down the field pretty well. Up to the line, it is going to be a handoff on 1st and 10, in which we're only going to get a gain of 3. Nothing too crazy, but we'll take it. Yet another handoff to the running back. Not going to have that much of a gain up to 3rd and 5. They're sending everyone on a pretty big blitz. We're going for a Hail Mary shot, and it's just going to fall short, and the corner will be right there to bat it away. 1st and 10 for the Navy. They're going to hand off to their fullback, who gets pretty good yardage. We're not able to really grab him down. 2nd and 7. It's going to be a handoff again for the fullback, in which will stop him right in the backfield for 3rd and 7. Quarterback at the line, 3rd and 7. It's a fake play action. And then our defensive lineman miffs the tackle. That could have been a sack for a major loss, and I absolutely missed the tackle, and he's able to slide for a first down. They're going to do a handoff to the fullback, and we're in the backfield to get him this time. 2nd and 11. Fake handoff, and he's going to get sacked behind the line as he was trying to do an RPO. Fullback dive again, only for a gain of 1. That's going to be 4th and 11 and force a punt. Will we try and take this one back? Yes, we will. Nice little spin move. I get caught on my teammate. We take the snap, drop back, have a little bit of good coverage. We look downfield, and the wide receiver is wide open for a good gain. Jet Moore. Wide receiver in motion. Quarterback takes the snap, drops back, immediately under pressure, and we are going to take a sack. 2nd and 16. Quarterback receives the snap, drops back, looks deep, is going for the Hail Mary shot on Jet Moore yet again, and the corner is there. 3rd and 16 for the Shockers, drops back with the ball, looking around, and we are hit as we throw, and it's going to fall just short for 4th and 16 and force a punt. Navy with the possession, 27 seconds to finish out the second half before halftime. They're going to drop back with the ball, look towards a wide receiver on a curl route, and we'll be able to stop him after a gain of a first. Another quick pass looking for the sidelines, and they get it. 2nd and 5. Quarterback drops back. He's looking around under pressure, and he's going to go down. 3rd and 14 with 12 seconds and counting. They're going to take the snap. 3rd and 14. Quarterback drops back, is looking deep. Coverage is everywhere, and he's going to have to throw it right into the dirt to get away from another sack. The Shockers will receive the punt, but not with enough time to get anything out of it. And that will be halftime. Little bit of a halftime update. 0-0, no score. It's been a difficult game for both parties. Defense has been pretty stifling on both ends. We're showing a lot of promise with our very young offense here, but we need to be a little bit more consistent. Offensive line struggling a little. Running backs doing pretty well, but not great blocks. And the wide receivers, they're doing the best they can. Couple adjustments need to be made, and we'll come out better in this next half. Now we'll run into the second half and see if we can carry any momentum or carry anything at all to get a score on the board for the Shockers in their first home game. And to start on offense for the second half in the third quarter, a handoff for the Shockers. He's going to get the ball, run it inside zone, and he's only going to get 2 out of the gain. Quarterback receives the ball, drops back, looks deep yet again. Will he get it this time? No, he won't. The corner is all over him. First play for the Navy in the beginning of the third quarter. It's going to be a handoff to the running back, who's going to have a wide open lane and will be taken down a few yards later. Yet another handoff to the fullback, who jumps over a lineman. 2nd and 3. Yet another handoff for the fullback, who gets caught up on his teammate and brought down. 3rd and 1. Navy's going to try and run it again with their fullback, and he's going to get stopped. 4th and 2. This is a big opportunity to minimize points for the Shockers, but also get some points on the board for the Navy. And there is a flag on the play with that kick, and that flag is going to be roughing the kicker.
Dude! What the fuck?
By one of the backup corners. And that will give them an automatic first down and bring them even closer to the red zone. 1st and 10 for the Navy. They're going to do yet another handoff, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield after bouncing around on his lineman. 2nd and 11 for the Navy. A dive with the fullback, and he's going to have a wide open valley, and we'll just be fortunate enough to get him down. 1st and goal line on the 1. Goal line formation for the Shockers. Navy's motioning around, and the fullback's going to be stopped just shy of the end zone. 2nd and goal for the Navy. They'll try and run it again with their fullback. They're going to run an RPO, and they're going to get stopped yet again. Shockers are holding it pretty well on the goal line formation. 3rd and goal. The run, and the fullback has a wide open lane. Touchdown, Navy. Bro is hitting the yoinky spoinky. What the fuck? In all of this, the cause of that crucial penalty for roughing the kicker could have been 3 points and was turned into 7 for the Navy. And we'll go to the kickoff. The Shockers will receive the ball at the midway point of the 4th quarter. Let it drop back, take it at the 25-yard line, and let's see if our offense has anything to clap back at the Navy after their scoring drive. 1st and 10, the Shockers are going to run in a zone, and they're going to lose a lot of yards on a horrible run play. 2nd and 14, quarterback drops back, looks to pass, and gets bombarded by the defensive lineman. 3rd and 21, the quarterback drops back. He's looking for a Hail Mary pass again, overcooks it, underthrows it. That could have been possibly a good play for Jetmore. 4th and 21, the Shockers are going to go for it. Quarterback drops back, too much pressure, and he is taken down, releases the ball, and it goes straight into the dirt. Out of desperation, with 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter to try and tie this game up, they're looking for any possible way to claw their way back. The Navy will take over right at the goal line in a massive run package, and it's going to be a handoff to their running back, who will get stopped 3rd and 4th. Another big run package. They're going to hand off to the running back again. He's going to bounce around the outside, fall just shy of the first down line, but will be dragged down right at 4th and 1. Kick is placed, kick is up, and kick is good. That is a 10-0 ball game with only a minute left in the 4th quarter. The kickoff, back to the Shockers to see if there's any possible way to scrap this back. Nice little spin move, but is ultimately clobbered. Calling audibles by the quarterback. A drop back. He is looking deep, going for yet another pass, which will yet again prove not worthy. 2nd and 10. He's looking for the bench, and the pass is dropped by the tight end with almost no contention. Drop back for the quarterback, 3rd and 10. He's looking for the wide receiver and was not able to get the pass over the head. That will be the end of the game, and that is an interception for the Shockers. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and an L for the first game of the Shockers in their home stadium.
I can't fucking compete! I just can't fucking compete! You're fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck.
It's been an overall rough game so far for the Shockers, and it proceeds to get worse. Victory formation for the Navy as they close it out to be a 10-0 ball game in Wichita's home stadium. That is an L for the Shockers' first game of the season, but that's all right. There's plenty of time to build, and we are taking on a team that was 5 overalls higher than us. Now, just to look at the player of the game, their quarterback, that is pretty egregious stats across the board. The only good part of that was maybe the completion percentage. Yards, almost no passing yards, almost no touchdowns. It was a game of pure defense, and ultimately the Navy was able to take the coin with the best defensive plays. And that wraps it up as the Wichita State Shockers will run 0-1 for the first game of the season. So we're able to go down into the stats and break down everything we see. Of course, Navy had more first downs, Navy had more offensive yards, infinitely more rushing yards. The Shockers went negative on yards per rush. The only real thing the Shockers did better was more passing yards by a measly 18. A showdown at sundown for the Wichita State Shockers at Fairmount. They will be having their second home game in hopes to turn their fortune around for this season, but the Shockers will prevail. Thank you guys for joining me on episode 1, and on episode 2, we'll hope for a little bit better fortune. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, have a great time.